tonight, Bill. Can you?
Nottingham's first railway station was Carrington Street Station, which opened in May 1839, when the Midland Counties Railway opened the line from Nottingham to Derby. This terminus station was situated on the opposite side of Carrington Street to the current station, on the site now occupied by the Nottingham Magistrates Court. The original station gate posts still exist and form the pedestrian entrance to the Magistrates Court area. In 1844, the Midland Counties Railway merged with two others into the Midland Railway. By 1848, the new company had outgrown Carrington Street Station, and new lines to Lincoln had been opened. A new through station was opened on the current site on the 22nd of May 1848, replacing Carrington Street. The station was designed by the architect J.E. Hall of Nottingham and had its entrance on Station Street. In 1869, the Midland Railway purchased the West Croft Canal arm, filling it and building additional tracks parallel to the south. In the 1880s, Nottingham Station employed 170 men. Although attractive when it was first opened by the early 20th century, the station was cramped, with only 3 platforms. On the 18th of August 1896, a light engine running 10 to first was passing through the station when it collided with 6 empty fish trucks. One of the trucks was thrown off the rails against the cast iron column supporting the inner ends at the principals of the station roof, and when the column broke, a portion of the roof measuring 94 feet by 56.5 feet fell onto the track platforms and track. 6 of the people on the platform were injured. When the Great Central Railway opened its Victoria Station in 1900, the Midland Railway appointed Albert Edward Lambert, a local Nottingham architect, to rebuild the Midland Station. Lambert had been the architect for the Nottingham Victoria Railway Station, and consequently 2 of the buildings had many similarities to their design. The station was rebuilt largely on the same site as the Station Street Station, but the entrance was relocated to Carrington Street. The first contract of the station buildings was awarded to Edward Wood and Sons of Derby on the 23rd of January 1903, who were also awarded the contract for the buildings on platforms 1 and 2 on the 16th of September 1903. The contract for the buildings on platform 4 and 5 were awarded to Kirknight and Co. of Sleaford on the 18th of June 1903, who were also responsible for building the parcels office on Station Street, which opened on November of 1903. The structural steelwork and cast iron work had been done by Handyside & Co. and the Phoenix Foundry, both in Derby. The station was built in an Edwardian Baroque revival style at a cost of £1 million, which in today's money is £114.2 million, and was described by the Nottingham Evening News on the eve of its opening as a magnificent new block of buildings. The building was used a mix of red brick, terracotta and faience, a glazed terracotta, with slate and glazed pitch roofs over the principal buildings. The carriage entrances have Art Nouveau royal wrought iron gates. The Station 4 buildings were opened to passengers without any formal ceremony on the 17th of January 1904, although next day the Evening News reported that the platforms were still in a state of chaos and not expected to be ready for another 9 months. However, it did note that the result promises to be a provision of Nottingham as one of the most commodious and convenient passenger stations in the country. The day began with the closure of the booking offices in the old station after the last tickets were issued at 5:25 a.m. London train, and the new booking offices were opened in time for the issues of the 6:25 a.m. Irwish Valley train. No attempt was made to exclude the public from the building, as many took the opportunity to view the new station buildings. The Evening News commented that the public's admiration at the style and elegance of the station approaches the booking hall. It went on to describe the day's events. The station became the property of the London, Midland and Scottish Railway under the railway grouping of 1923. On the 2nd of July 1938, the station was targeted by Irish Republican Army in an attack on 8 stations in the Midlands under their S-Plan, the others being Leicester, Derby, Birmingham, Stoke, Coventry, Leamington Spa and Stafford. A bomb was left in a suitcase and exploded at 6:30 a.m. The glass roof of the cloakroom and inquiry room was blown away. The station was nationalised in 1948 under the Transport Act of 1947, becoming part of British Railways. Following the privatisation of the railway in the 1990s, ownership was transferred to Railtrack and subsequently to Network Rail. For many years, the Midland Railway suffered the indignity of its rival, the Great Central Railway, crossing above the station on an 170-foot-long bowstring girder bridge. This bridge became redundant in 1973 and was finally dismantled in the early 1980s. The alignment was later used for the new tramway bridge. With the opening of the Nottingham Express Transit in March of 2004, Nottingham Station became the southern terminus for a new tram line. The actual tram stop was located on Station Street, directly north of Nottingham Railway Station, and partially over the Nottingham Canal. It was constructed on a separate right-of-way built on top of what the old Great Central Main Line viaduct used to be, which led northwards and to the separate Nottingham Victoria Railway Station. North of the former stop, the tram route diverged from the old railway route to join an on-street section through the centre of Nottingham. To the south, the route ended at the end of the viaduct, which has since been demolished bridge, used to carry the Great Central Line over the station. In 2012, work started to extend the Nottingham Express Transit south towards Toton Lane and Clifton South. The tram stop itself was substantial, with a small station building containing a waiting area, housing steps and a lift to reach the street below. There was also a short footbridge over Station Street, which connected to the main railway station. Up to 3 trams could be accommodated on the 2 platform faces. The western platform had a single-end platform, while the eastern platform was extended to double length. Plans for a multi-million-pound refurbishment project and redevelopment of the station were unveiled by a junior government minister, Norman Baker, on the 5th of October 2010. Under the scheme, the station's Port Cochra was to be made vehicle-free and the station's Grade 2 listed building restored. The redevelopment also carried the construction of another platform, more shops and a bridge to carry Nottingham Express Transit trams over the top of the station. The redevelopment was initially estimated at £67 million. East Midlands Rail Development Agency stated they would contribute £9.5 million to the project, but had to reduce this amount following government cuts. In July of 2009, the then Transport Minister, Sadiq Khan, gave conditional approval to the City Council to use funds raised from their controversial workplace park in Levy to contribute to the redevelopment. The final funding was reorganised to be about £60 million, with Network Rail contributing £41 million, Nottingham City Council £14.8 million, EMDA £2.1 million, East Midlands Trains £1.6 million, and the Railway Heritage Trust £500,000. So we shall get started here at Nottingham with 158810 and 158864, working the 1434 East Midlands Railway service from Liverpool Lime Street to Norwich. Departed next for East Midlands Railway is 158770, working the 1427 East Midlands Railway service from Grimsby Town to Leicester. Departing next for cross country is 170637, working the 1441 service to Birmingham New Street. Over on the far side sees the arrival of 17503, arriving some 12 minutes late with the 1440 East Midlands Railway service from Leicester to Grimsby Town.
Platform 7A of the 1449 East Midlands Railway.
Next in to arrive, terminating with a East Midlands Railway service off London St Pancras, is 222009. As 17419 arrives to terminate with a East Midlands Railway service off Worksop, 222003 departs with the 1449 East Midlands Railway service to London St Pancras. Next up, terminating with a northern service off Leeds, is 195025. Next out to depart is 170-103 with the 1507 cross-country service to Gloucester. Next into the station is 170-107, terminating with a cross-country service from Gloucester about 10 minutes late. Departing on the far side is 222009, working the 1512 East Midlands Railway service to London St Pancras.
Leeds via Barnsley, followed Ilkeston, Blandeville, Alfreton, Chesterfield, Drumfield, Sheffield, Meadowhall, Wakefield Westgate and Leeds. Please note, the lifts at Sheffield are currently out of service. Please speak to a member of staff if you need further assistance.
Next out to depart is 170-530, working the 1516 East Midlands Railway service from Newark Castle to Crewe. Departed off platform 1 is 195025 with the 1517 Northern Rail service to Leeds. Arriving 12 minutes late is 222020, with terminating with an East Midlands Railway service from London St Pancras. And your last train of the session is 170-636, arriving, to terminate with a cross-country service off Birmingham New Street. And that wasn't the last train, because this is the last train. Arriving with the 1554 East Midlands Railway service from Skegness to Derby is 180-109. Time to ride the Jolly Fisherman. Thank you so much for watching, everyone. If you enjoyed what you saw, click on the 2 videos here at the end screen. Helps out the channel. Also, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe if you are new and got this far. And we'll see you all in the next video, folks, wherever that may take us. We'll see you then, folks.